Hey guys, Danielle Butler here with your Wednesday WOD. And I don't know about you guys, but there have been some different times in our business where I felt really stuck. And I don't know if any of you are feeling that way now or if you ever have in the past. If not, there's a good chance that at some point you're going to feel that way. Just because it's a part of the natural progression of the business. If you've been through Ruby Boot Camp, then you've heard about the distress phase, and that's really natural. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to share 7 questions with you that I think can help you break through any plateau or any feeling of being stuck in your business. And it's important to not only know this for yourself and take time to self-reflect, but also to share this and teach this to your team, because this is about so much more than just Advocare. Personal growth, self-reflection is going to be huge, and so it's important to take the time to do that. So these are the 7 questions. I'm just going to run through them quickly to share with you guys that we had to really ask ourselves when we weren't moving as fast as we wanted to go. We had to figure out what was it that was getting in our way, what was holding us back. And the answer was, like Jonathan Butler says, like Michael Jackson says, really, the man in the mirror, right? So it was us. So we had to figure out, okay, what changes do we need to make? And this is what helped us. So here's the very first question. Am I blaming, comparing, or making excuses? I've done a lot on that in the past, and I'm going to include a link to that here too, because and all these 7 things are things that we have done really wrong. And so that's why I can even share with you is from personal experience. I'm ashamed to admit that, but it's totally the truth. So there was a time where we were blaming people. I absolutely cringe when I talk to somebody and I hear them say, oh, I just can't get anybody on my team to do anything. I can't get anybody motivated. There was a time when those words came out of my mouth too, and that is just not okay to say that. So Jonathan and I have learned to take personal responsibility for where we are in our business, not our upline, not our downline, not our crossline. It's our responsibility. If we're not where we want to be, that's up to us. Am I comparing my journey? Am I looking at somebody else who joined the same time and thinking, man, why have they moved so much faster than me? If you're focusing on that, you're focusing on the wrong things. And then am I making excuses? The obstacles are valid. Let's be real. Life happens and it's hard. But, just like you've heard over and over, obstacles are what you see when you take your eye off the goal. So you have to revisit that purpose. Is it really strong enough that it's worth you pressing on and pressing through those obstacles? Because like I said, I know they're valid. So that's the first question. Am I comparing, blaming, or making excuses? The second one is that, am I really being coachable? And I know for us, I thought I was being really coachable. I thought I was. But when it came down to it, was I really and truly doing what Jesse and Beth and what CJ and Melissa were telling us to do? And the answer was no, we weren't. I remember when Jesse told us, okay, you need to have 5 appointments a week, you need to have a mixer every week, and you need to host a mixer for someone every week. And you need to make these belief cards and read them 2 or 3 times a day. And guess what we did not do? Most of that. So we revisited him again a couple more months. We're like, oh, we're stuck. And guess what he told us? The same thing. And so we finally did it. And surprise, it worked, right? Imagine the turmoil and how much faster we would have progressed and how much that would have benefited our team if we had just listened in the first place. So I want you to just examine, ask yourself, reflect, am I really and truly being coachable? Because if the truth is, if we're really doing what our leaders who've been successful are telling us to do, our business is going to grow like theirs is. So the reality is most of us just aren't really being as coachable as we think we are. The third question, am I in action? Massive action solves all problems. End of story. So here's the question. It's not how long have you spent on Facebook today? It's really easy to get caught up on liking posts and commenting and think, oh my gosh, I worked Advocare for like 9 hours today, when really the truth is, how many times have you shared your story with somebody today? How many times have you talked to somebody new? When's the last time that you hosted a mixer? How many new people did you have in the room for the last mixer that you attended? Because those are the only things that are really and truly going to build your business. So am I in action? Question number 4, am I more concerned about myself than others? Is it more about my pen or my PGV? Is it even, this is kind of the opposite end of that spectrum, but it's still about me. Am I more focused on my fear of rejection or what they're going to think of me and not sharing this with people with strength? Am I sharing this with people on my chicken list? Because in reality, a lot of times we're just more focused on, well, what if they tell me no? Or what are they going to think? Or what if they reject me? That's all about me, me, me. when you get yourself out of the picture, you leave a lot of room for growth. So make it about other people. That's what this business is designed to be about. And sometimes we don't even realize we're really focused on ourselves, but that's really where we're at. We owe it to other people to share, because you just never know what's going on in somebody else's four walls. So number 5, am I asking good questions? I'm pretty sure I've done a lot on that too. I'll go ahead and post the comment on that below as well. But when we started asking good questions, everything changed in our business. That's how we paint vision. If you feel like, I remember coming back from No Limits, and I was like, man, that's our weakness. We don't know how to paint vision. So guess what we started doing? We learned to ask really good questions. We listened to the questions all of our leaders were asking, and we started asking those same things. And when we did that, people started thinking about Advocare in a different light, and it's helped our business to grow. So make sure that you're asking good questions. The 6th one, what would other people change about me if they could? And this is a tough one. You might want to ask some trusted people that that are close to you, maybe a spouse, maybe a mentor, maybe a coworker, maybe one of your leaders. I mean, I don't know who it would be. It might be worth asking a few people, hey, what would you change about me if you could? Put your pride out of the way and genuinely listen to and try to apply some changes. Whatever it is. Because here's the truth of that is, whatever someone else says to you that they would change about you is probably deflecting other potential business builders from your business. Because people aren't coming into Advocare, they're buying you. We know that, right? There's over 500,000 distributors. The products are unbelievable. So what they're coming into Advocare for is you. So sometimes that means getting real with ourselves, which is kind of hard, reflecting, asking people for some honest feedback, constructive criticism, and not taking that and pouting about it, but taking it constructively and actually making a change. And then here's the 7th question, and my favorite. Would I follow me? Am I a person worth following? And that's where that personal growth journey really begins, because I know I had to make a lot of changes in my life to become a person that I felt like is worth following. That's when I started really, truly believing in myself as a leader, when I realized, hey, you know what? And it took a lot of growth to get there, for sure. But y'all, these 7 questions, they are so empowering. And sometimes it's hard to ask ourselves these questions and give ourselves truthful, honest answers. But I can assure you that if you can do that, if you can self-reflect and examine, ask for some genuine feedback, and just get totally real with the man in the mirror, then you're going to see some big changes in your business. Because a lot of times it's one of these things that's really holding you back from that breakthrough. You're right there, 3 feet from gold. And if you can just make one of these small changes of those 7 questions, it can make a huge impact and change your family's future forever, and be able to help so many other people in that process. So one more time, I'm going to repeat them. 7 questions. Number 1, do I blame, compare, or make excuses? Am I blaming, comparing, making excuses? Number 2, am I really, truly 100% being coachable? Number 3, am I in massive action? Number 4, am I more concerned about myself than others? Number 5, am I asking good questions? Number 6, what would others change about me if they could? And number 7, would I follow me? So I hope that helps you guys. I know that it's helped us significantly, and it's something we never stop asking. We're still trying to constantly be aware and grow, because you know that your paycheck's never going to outgrow your personal growth. So hope that helps you guys. We love you. Let's finish this pay period strong. We still have a week left in here, so let's just rock this thing out. Now is the time when you put in the action, and you have the chance to really maximize this 3-weeker. So let's do it. God bless you guys.